Hey guys, what's up? Seven Stop here. This is Nico and Samuel's with me,
Kind of.
kind of digitally, and
Digitally.
we're gonna be talking about the Call of Duty Vanguard reveal trailer that just dropped and information and our thoughts on it. So
Yeah.
overall, what would we like to say about this amazing game?
What would we like to say? Eh.
Yeah,
That's like if I had to sum it up in like a word, a sound, or something, I'd just be like, eh. I
yeah,
just like watching this trailer, like, because, for example, Modern Warfare's trailer, that was like, oh, holy crap, Modern Warfare, it's going back to modern. Even though I'm not like a necessarily huge fan of Modern Warfare, I still have like a lot of people like it, and that's fine and stuff like that. And it's still Modern Warfare and stuff. It was probably, if we're being honest, it's probably one of the better CODs, like objectively, we've had in a while.
yeah. And it brought it
But
back. It brought a lot of life back into COD with Warzone. You know how much we
oh
love
yeah,
that.
oh yeah, everyone's favorite mode. But and then uh Cold War releases, and it's like, oh yeah, it's Cold War. There's cool, like there's characters from the old games like Mason and all this and
Yeah,
Woods, and oh man, it's cool and stuff. We haven't gotten it yet, just because we still just weren't necessarily super interested. But still, the trailer at least left an impact. This trailer just leaves no impact on me. Like
I'm just
it's
like,
just
oh look, another Call of Duty.
yeah, I'm just like, okay. That's what pretty much everyone's commenting. Like everyone commenting, that's pretty much their reaction as well.
I'm not saying like it's definitely gonna suck or whatever, because I don't
Oh
know,
yeah,
because the game's not out. But it just the setting doesn't appeal to me, and the trailer doesn't really tell me much about the game. It just looks like it's CG World War II cutscenes. Although I do like that it has more, like all the fronts. I'm surprised because it seems like this game will have a lot of content, which is something that they haven't been able to pull off for a while in COD. But this game had like a really awful development cycle.
yeah. This is pretty hilarious. This is the comment that the Axeman put out on one of the trailers, or on this newest trailer. It just goes, it's just the quote. Sometimes the only way to put out the flames is with more fire. And it's like, bro, that's not how that works. Like he's trying to be all cool and like,
Yeah,
oh, sometimes in order to blah blah blah, but it's just like when you really analyze it, it's like stupid.
awesome dialogue.
Great top tier dialogue. So yeah, this is apparently like a campaign type trailer or something like that. But
Yeah, it was for. It looked like it was just for campaign.
and like so far, what I can tell is the initial reactions to the trailer is just like, eh. It's,
Yeah,
it's like the same as us.
it's pretty much what I thought it would be. Kind of. I didn't really I
This
didn't
is
really
exactly what I
expect
expect.
much that really interested me, and the community wasn't really into the idea of another World War II game. And obviously, I'm not. I'm not really interested in World War II games.
No, like
I
people
think that
like
the only reason people were interested in COD World War II was because it was boots on the ground, not because it was World War II.
exactly. That's why. Yeah, exactly. People, nobody. I was not interested in World War II because it was World War II. I was interested because it was regular boots on the ground,
Yeah,
and it turned out to be really bad.
the
And,
quote
yeah, this is one.
unquote return to form.
Yeah, quote unquote. But this is the thing about this one is like we already kind of mentioned this as well. It's just like every COD trailer before has had something where it's like, okay, that could be interesting, but this one just has absolutely nothing that interests me. This one has just like this. I said this is just the most like watch it, move on. Like I literally
Yeah.
when I watched it when it came out, I literally watched it and then continued to resume the anime I was watching.
The only thing that really interests me about it is that it has more fronts, like, and it doesn't have
Yes.
D-Day. At least it doesn't seem like it, because
It,
that every
well,
frickin' game has D-Day. Every game set in World War II.
I know. It's like, oh my
They
gosh, how
have
many times
the parachute thing that Drifter mentioned, but
but
it
that's still different.
yeah, it's different. And I mean, it has like North Africa. You don't see that a lot, and the Eastern Front again. You don't really see that a lot. But it still just doesn't really interest me that much. World War II just isn't that interesting of a setting to me.
Exactly. Like, because plenty of other people mention this as well. It's like you have to show. you are restricted. That's like
Yeah.
anything in the future. You have like this is why Battlefield is like looking amazing because like they could have do so much cool stuff with it. But this is just you're restricted
Hmm.
unless you make something like I don't know
And even in past
sometime
time periods, you can still make it work. But I think, like for example, Battlefield One, they really made a great game out of World War One, and it had a lot of variety in it. But that's because that's a conflict that we don't see very often in games. And World War Two
exactly
is just done to death. There's so many World War Two movies, World War Two shows, World War Two games. It's just such a saturated genre at this point that it doesn't really interest me at all. And
yeah
and
exactly
that's why this is just not interesting to me.
exactly. It's just so saturated. I just don't care. And like, I saw this other comment, and also Drifter mentioned it. They were like, Sledgehammer Games was like, "Oh man, we really wanted to make this game." It's like they always say that.
Yeah,
They
they
always say,
they
"Oh man,
still
we've
want to make
always wanted
Advanced
to."
Warfare 2 probably.
Yeah, they still.
Advanced Warfare 2 might actually be pretty great.
Yeah,
I actually
exactly.
like
But
Advanced Warfare.
yeah, come at us, guys.
Yeah, come on.
But yeah, this game is just looking like I am glad. Like they did mention, I'm super glad. I mean, I'm not saying like I'm happy about like the like Nazis and stuff, but still, they said the swastika isn't getting banned, and I
Yeah,
know that's kind of a minor thing. But the thing is, basically, what this tells me is that they're like, all right, screw you guys. We're not trying to pander anybody. We're not going to show, oh yeah, American soldier war story. From what we can tell, they're going to be showing all the fronts and stuff like that, which is
yeah.
cool.
I think it'll be a
Like
lot
that's
more interesting than COD World War II's campaign, that's for sure.
yeah, because it sounds like Drifter. We watched Drifter's video about like all on the information stuff, and he talks about how it's like the first official like Black Ops type squad, or the first just official like
Yeah,
squad that like includes multiple different members from different countries and stuff, which is cool. And I'm still glad, like I mentioned, that they're going to the different fronts and all this cool stuff. But like half the stuff in this trailer I've seen already. I've seen the planes all flying towards them and the flak guns shooting at the planes. I've seen that. I've seen like the typical like city with the Germans and stuff like that. I've seen it all.
yeah,
And like the dog fights or the flying around. The guy takes the pistol and shoots at the plane, which is like what the heck, bro. Anyway, like I've seen this
yeah.
stuff. I don't
Everyone's
care.
seen
Like
it.
everyone has seen it, and then yeah, there's just nothing else to say. I've seen it before. I'm just like, okay, this is interesting. Oh well.
Yeah, pretty much. It's I mean, obviously it could be good, but the concept just doesn't seem appealing. Another
Yeah.
thing, don't you wonder how they managed to pull off this content? Oh yeah, I think they said Treyarch is doing zombies, right? So that's
Yeah.
probably good. But I'm surprised that they actually, and if they really do have 20 multiplayer maps, which sounds like they do. I mean, I don't know how they managed to pull that off when like other studios had 3 years to develop their game and they had like no content, but then somehow with this like really awful development cycle and they had COVID, they managed to pull off 20 multiplayer maps and a campaign, and I think that's pretty impressive.
I think it also possibly has to do with the fact that like Cold War was taken over by uh Treyarch,
Yeah,
and like because I feel like the entirety of the like 3 year cycle and stuff was completely interrupted with everything like that. So, but it is pretty impressive. But this is the thing: 20 maps. You think, oh man, that's kind of cool. At the same time, nobody said they were good.
yeah, that's true.
That's gonna be the thing. So, in
But
my
I
opinion,
will say that even if they're like still not that great, like the recent COD maps, just having a little bit more variety is good.
oh yeah, I'm super glad they have that the more variety and a bunch of other things. But I'm still what I'm trying to say is just because it has 20 and 16 6v6 maps doesn't mean that it's immediately going to be good.
Yeah.
Because I feel like some people are taking it that way. But yeah, at the same time, this is definitely a leap from before, which I am
Hmm.
happy about. So I hope these maps are good.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm glad they're focusing on 6v6 too, because the 16 of the maps are for 6v6,
Yeah,
And also the Warzone map isn't coming at launch, and I feel like they would have done like 8 multiplayer maps and then a Warzone map at launch or something, but they didn't do that.
yeah. So this is something else that I just like. This is just sounds really weird to me, and I just have no clue. So they have the standard regular multiplayer map, and then they have like the tactical
Oh,
hardcore
the
style.
combat pacing thing? Yeah, that was
Yeah,
weird. That
that
sound
was weird.
I feel like wouldn't it would be the same map, but does the game play differently? I don't know. That was a really confusing. I guess we'll have to see.
Yeah,
It could be good cuz maybe people will just play the style they want and not complain about campers. I don't know.
yeah. I'm hoping that this would solves the thing with like, oh man, the sweat. This is another thing that is just like really massive for Call of Duty as well. It's like every COD game, it's just like you can show me the coolest and most great COD game ever, but if it has like skill based matchmaking and it's ultra uber duper sweaty and stuff like that, I'm still like kind of really checking out.
Yeah.
And this already is not wowing me. So if this game has skill based matchmaking, I won't say it absolutely will ruin the game because I feel like some people make too big of a deal of skill based matchmaking. Same at the same time, like it is really annoying to having to
Yeah.
constantly sweat.
It's I hope that it just has normal matchmaking, but chances are it'll at least have some kind of skill-based matchmaking because
Yeah,
they haven't given up on it so far and it seems like it's working.
yeah, they constantly provide. This is something that kind of is interesting to me. Is like they constantly provide. Oh, yeah, skill based matchmaking is statistically able. It's like, oh man, it's statistics all say that it really helps and stuff like that. But then we have games like Splitgate that are doing amazing right now. There's zero skill based matchmaking in that game. Well, I
Yeah.
say zero, but obviously there's a protected rep.
I mean,
Still, that game does
there's
not have
games
like.
that do well with and without it, and I don't really know what their statistics are, but I'm sure that you can make a game do great without skill-based matchmaking if it's just a good game.
Exactly. So, what else is there? To be honest, I don't have much else. I mean, there's a deluxe edition or an ultimate edition that I'm looking at that looks like garbage.
Yeah, the multiplayer they said there was like some kind of weird mounting thing and
Oh yeah, there was
cover.
like you
It's
can
and
mount
it
with
was
one
like
hand
down the barrel experience or something, or like it sounded like it
down the
was supposed to
bear.
be more tactical, which if Modern Warfare 2019 is any indicator, I'm not sure that's a good thing.
Yeah, there's the whole thing of just down the barrel. Like apparently he said this down the barrel, down the barrel, down the barrel, down the barrel.
Whatever that
It's like
means.
yeah, it's like I have no clue what that means. I mean, down the barrel. What's down the barrel? A bullet that gets
Does that
shot. I mean,
I think that's supposed to mean it's more tactical, I guess. I don't know.
tactical immersive gameplay. But I mean,
Wow.
I just I don't care. And obviously, again, this whole thing's getting yeah, it's integrated into Warzone. Warzone is just not for us.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're gonna finally. It's kind of weird that they're gonna wait until the map comes out to add anti cheat. It's like
Yeah, I
you
know.
should add that right now. What are you doing?
Please, I know. Everyone's begging, and everyone's like,
Yeah.
"Holy crap, I had to cheat! I'm so happy." It's like that is awesome, but at the same time, bro, why didn't you have this before?
Warzone hackers is like the biggest topic in Call of Duty right now.
I know. Like again, it's so simple to have an anti-cheat. Like literally, like Fall Guys, this little dinky game has anti-cheat. Like,
I'm pretty sure
um,
it technically has anti cheat, but it doesn't have anti cheat that actually works.
yeah. And so they're also bringing in again, like I said before, it sounds like kind of Modern Warfare mixed with World War II. They have like the operators, and they have. This is another thing that's just a huge turnoff for me. I'm literally like I'm looking at the Ultimate Edition. It's like, oh yeah, look at the cool weapons and stuff. The weapons I've seen these before.
Yeah.
I've seen the STG. I've seen the Type 100. I've seen the PPSH. I've seen all this stuff. I don't care. It's like this is the thing. This is why Battlefield 5 kind of flopped. Obviously, the game itself wasn't that good, but it was still like World War II, and nobody cared about World War II. Nobody was like, everyone was like, awesome. Battlefield 1 was cool. Some people were like, I don't really like Battlefield 1. But everybody, I think almost everybody was like, can we get a modern game? Nobody was
Yeah.
asking for World War II.
And then they're like, "Oh yeah, World War One did well, so let's do World War Two next." But
Yeah,
World War One worked because it isn't saturated. But we've
exactly.
seen World War Two guns, we've seen World War Two environments and the time period just a bazillion times, and it's just not interesting or novel anymore.
Yeah, exactly. I have no interest in World War II. So,
Mm-hmm.
um, I think that's it.
Yeah,
I don't have anything else to
I
say.
don't have anything either.
Leave your thoughts down below and everything like that. So,
Yeah, thank you for watching.
thank you for watching.
Bye.
Bye, guys.